Are you in the current phase of your business where you are running it on the go? Maybe you are building a business that's a mobile business. How do you answer the phone and stay in contact with your clients while doing the day-to-day operations? Let's talk with Amy George and hear how her experience has helped her get to where she is today. Let's get started.
This is the Stage Your Boss podcast from StageYourBoss.com with the founder of HSRA, Jana Uselton. The Home Staging and Redesign Association is a group of like-minded professionals dedicated to revolutionizing the real estate industry by making a difference in the lives and businesses of home stagers and redesigners everywhere. Join us as we talk to the best of the best in this industry from all over the world and hear how they are using their training and experience to make a difference in the clients they serve. If you are a real estate industry expert looking for better ways to market and sell properties, join us for this podcast series.
Hi, and welcome. This is Jana with HSRA, the Home Staging and Redesign Association, and I am joined today with Miss Amy George. How are you, Amy?
I'm doing great, Jana. How are you?
Doing awesome. You can probably tell from our accents that we are here in Texas. And I know we're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Amy, you are in Houston, and we have, just a ton of space to cover here. Another great part with Amy's wheelhouse is she has actually transitioned from Austin to Houston. What's that been like, Amy?
That's right. Well, it's been real, I should say. But formerly in Austin and as a full service home staging company, the name of my company is Impact Interiors. And I relocated last fall to Houston. And now I've kind of transitioned more specializing in consultations only and also education with some of the CE courses that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's so great. And I love that, you've been a home stager, a business owner, an educator for many years now. And it's one of those things where you're going to be joining us. You are part of our family as far as our leadership family, board of advisor with HSRA. You're actually going to be on several panels as an expert at our national conference coming up. And we're going to drill into that a little bit. About some of the topics, but I believe that that you bring just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all aspects of the business, starting out to growing a business to transitioning, and you've had the experience of taking a business from one city to the next and still being able to create relationships and navigate that challenge of transitioning. So I can't wait for people to meet you at our conference. And let's talk a little bit about what you are going to specifically be joining the panel on with these topics. I know number one is talking about our office department, and you're going to be pouring into those business owners who maybe they're just getting started, they are transitioning in growth, and one of that is managing a business on the go. Do you remember those early years, Amy?
Yes, having a mobile office. It was your car. I mean, essentially, you're doing it all.
So true. I can remember literally being on a stage and getting a call, being like, oh shoot, where's my phone? I hear it. I need something to write on, and let me find like the back of the receipt in my purse. And not even
a receipt, because we always had receipts.
Yeah, exactly. It was like our piece of paper. And looking back and reminiscing those amazing fun years. I wish I would have had a little bit more of a process, a little bit more of a system. But many times if it's not on fire, we don't handle it. And then it's when we lose the number on the receipt, or we lose something that, and balls start dropping, that we try to change process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I knew then what I know now, and that's what we're going to be talking about. A lot of it has to do with technology and really utilizing that to your benefit, especially when you're on the go. And there's so many things. I personally love Apple products, and I think that they were kind of made for the real estate industry because they're just so amazing. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of the things that, again, I have learned trial and error. It's like learn from our mistakes. I know you say that a lot. But all the things that are just going to make your life easier for on the go.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a great session. I know you are going to be, there with Jonathan Miller, getting into Lisa Pelg, as well as Debbie Cole. You're surrounding yourself with other experts, and I know that's going to be a value session when you guys are talking through, the pros and cons of the mobile business, the concept of AATP, making sure that when you do answer the phone, that you're not only you're doing it the right way, because many times we're not meeting our clients face to face. It is all about portraying ourselves and positioning ourselves on the phone through our branding online. People online date us without us even knowing it. So it's like that business on the go means so much.
Right. And you don't, and that's that you bring up a good point, because you don't want to answer the phone when you're in the middle of a stage. You're not in the right mindset. So scheduling those times, appropriately, and how do you do it? How do you, before you start hiring and it's just you, those are the things that you need to get in place in those systems. It's not hard.
Well, I can't wait for you to share some secrets and share some things. I know you were using some systems that we weren't even using at Model My Home, and now it makes sure that our phones are answered no matter what day or time. And here's what was impressive to me. Also, one of those things that was very eye-opening. I didn't want to think about how much lost business we've had in the past, but, just being able to have someone answer the phone, the business that calls on the weekends, and they're not having to call my cell phone. I'm not having to answer it. Our team isn't having to answer. It's just a great thing. So I can't wait for you guys to be able to share some wonderful tips and tricks and techniques in that session.
Well, I'm excited too.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Another one, I've got my notes here, is, saving your time, your money, when it comes to your inventory, your warehousing, the organization, safety. I mean, we have thrown it all into this session. I think this session alone is definitely worth someone's ticket and their time and their travel, because the takeaways here, again, you're with a power-packed panel of experts. What are some key things that you guys are going to be talking about?
Well, first thing I want to say is, don't you feel like we could write a book?
We definitely could. This could be its own 3-day session.
Several. I think we can have several chapters of just all the things that are involved with wearing that business owner hat. And I think the first is saving money with wholesaling. I mean, that really opens your eyes as a business owner, and you don't want to think about all the money you wasted before wholesale, but we are going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about organizational tools. Again, the thing that we drive home a lot is systems and having standard operating procedures. All of those things that you need to have as you grow. One of the things that I will talk about is how my company evolved through having those systems to be able to do 2 vacant stages per day. And for, a small business owner to imagine doing that, but you have to have these systems in place in order for that to happen.
Yes, you absolutely does, because every second counts. The touch it once rule, all of those things definitely apply. And, one thing I think that we as staging businesses can overlook is just the safety of our warehouse, safety of our team, whether we're in-house or we're in the field. How important is safety?
Oh my gosh, it's tremendous, especially with OSHA, which we're
Yes.
talking about, and I believe our industry as a whole is still under the radar, but there are some general things that you need to, again, put in place, having checklists and making sure that not only are you safe, but your furniture is safe, your team is safe, and just having a handy little checklist is all you need to avoid all those things.
Yeah, I think it's going to be huge, and we've got some great experts that will be there alongside you, and just bringing, it's one thing. You don't know what you don't know, unfortunately. And once we are aware, now it's up to us to go ahead and make sure that, we're doing something about it. And so there's a lot of key tips here that I know I'm going to be a learner as well in this session, because there's so much going on in business. And I know many of us business owners, we didn't sign up for this. We're like, when did I sign up to be a business owner and an adult daycare runner? I don't get this. And now I've got to think about safety and, customer service, and I've got to be a collections agency. There's just so much going on. And we can get very overwhelmed very, very quickly. So I'm excited for you guys to give us some tools as business owners to be able to adapt and implement, make our lives easier. Because many of them, like you said, is just a quick checklist that we need to make sure that we have some key things in place. And I love that you guys are going to also be talking about, we've kind of saved this as well for last, but being ahead of the curve, making sure that you have a business that's structured and making sure it's built to last a lifetime. A consistent, I think, just like you're constructing a home, you have to have that foundation that you can build a business on. We know that 90% plus businesses go out their first year. And so what do you feel like some key takeaways are going to be for this session?
Well, I think that's a great question, but we're talking about evolving, and as you evolve, as your company evolves, you really are setting a good, sturdy foundation, like you said. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So when you do have to move from Austin to Houston, you can absolutely do it. And so those are the things that I'm going to share that, and happy to share. And honestly, the hurdles that I had to jump, again, learn from us, learn from our mistakes. And not that, there were many, because I was getting coached along the way. And so that's a great thing that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I think it's going to be huge. You're going to be joined with Joseph Sipp, as well as Carol Morgan. And I love that's going to be a fun class, just to be part of, and talking through, what does your business, what do you want it to look like in the long run? How do you reverse engineer, and get the business you want tomorrow, today? How do you make those steps? I know that one thing that's near and dear to your heart is education, and how important education is as a fundamental, growth plan of your business. And I love to refer to it as educational marketing. So how has education helped grow your business and your credibility?
Honestly, education helped put me on the map.
Yeah.
Educating, because you just see so many light bulbs go off when you're teaching in class. They don't realize the difference between offering a consultation or a vacant staging, and just really getting the same lingo. Education is just so important. Again, it helped put me on the map. I've been teaching since 2011 all over Central Texas. major cities, and it has definitely put my name out there, and I can't wait to talk about it. I don't want to get too much into it, but I'm very excited to be sharing that.
Yes, and I know that many of us, we may be introverts and we don't think that we can get up in front of someone and talk about it. But if you are a subject matter expert and you can talk about home staging, you can talk about, you know, your learning and how you've grown, and now you're sharing with other people. You know, these agents, they need to understand the power of home staging, and they need to understand that you are the best choice in the marketplace. So it is about market positioning with your company. It's indirect marketing, and you're able to, you know, just connect with people on a different level. So I know that's going to be huge for you guys to talk about, you know, and the profitability, right? It definitely helps with your profitability to continue to grow, because you're building clients for a lifetime. The best way to build a client for a lifetime is to educate them.
That's right. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon. Who do you feel like is going to, when you come to Summit, who do you feel like is going to benefit the best? I know you've been before and you've been part of our leadership team. Who's this for?
Who is this for? It's for everyone. It really is. Every time I go, I learn something new. And you mentioned, you know, sitting in on the safety and OSHA, we are constantly learning from each other. And the great thing is, it's people from all around the country that are coming to share their tips and their knowledge. And I think as our industry continues to grow by leaps and bounds, as a business owner, you need to stay on top of your game, and you need to stay one step ahead of your competition.
Yeah.
So knowing how to manage your business on the go, and you know, how to save money, organization, safety, all of those things are so important. In addition to what we're going to be talking about, those are just a few of mine. So.
Right, I know. We've got 20 plus different sessions and speakers and all kinds. I mean, we have strategically positioned each session so that you have subject matter experts, you have the people that are, you know, have experience. They're speaking on experience, not just, you know, thought process. We are bringing the best of the best. So thank you for being part of that, Miss Amy. I cannot wait to see you soon.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you in person soon.
There you go. There you go. Well, anybody else that is needing a ticket, if you haven't gotten yours yet, or you haven't bought one for your team, because we have specific breakout sessions just for your team. They get to learn in a different room and get trained up. Then definitely go to myhsra.com or homestagingsummit.com, and we are there, and you can save extra money if you are a member and you're doing continuous learning with us. So, Amy, we will see you soon.
All right. See you, Jana.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.